whatever it is, we are not talking about a known topic. We are looking at the power of synergy in print ecosystem. The print ecosystem is very popular, very known, very useful on a daily basis to every individual, who is the least attended to in terms of infrastructure, in terms of consumables, in terms of the process, in terms of the finances, especially in part of Africa, which Nigeria happens to be one. Synergy is not new to Africans, particularly here in Nigeria. We all have solid food we eat. If you don't want to be modernized at the table by using your cutleries, you use your hand to eat pounded yam or eba. You cannot use one finger. Is it possible to use one finger? No. So synergy begins from your dining table. And so we don't need to look for a foreign model to interpret to us the importance of synergy. Now, if you want to also sweep your floor, you need a bunch of broom, not just a stick. So that's another way we can look at synergy. But in the case of this simplicity, it does not cover most of the things that happens in this print ecosystem. Now, if you look at the discussion, we will need to identify some learning outcomes, which I put here as the reason for these thoughts that you are going to listen to. First of all, we are to highlight the features of the applicable synergy in which relevance can be found to develop ecosystem. We also need to simplify the utilitarian process and results, which we are going to identify as derivatives of this discourse. Then, number three, to build models of synergy that can drive the ecosystem better in both the long term and the short term. We are also to look at another learning curve to arrive at propositions, policy drafts, and agenda that will drive ecosystem from the authorities and those who are doing business as private sectors. Then we are also to look at the measurement and attention given to the strength, the weaknesses, the opportunities and threats that we have in this system. So if we look into this, maybe we'll be able to see the reasons why we are here. The features of our sword in the power of synergy. We need to also be able to see the content of the individual and collective strength in this industry which we are describing. The print ecosystem is driven by continuously disruptive innovation, endless dynamism, and daily changing creativity and variety. So, which also call for new approaches to reproduction, new approaches to processes, new approaches to governance, especially security of intellectual property. And I'm happy we have a lot of experts from different areas of the ecosystem in this, which makes it more interesting. I hope the IT people will be able to get us assistance so that we can all enjoy the wait. I'm battling with my phone page to get print ready. The print ecosystem is driven by all these efforts that we call changes that we manage. It's like a river meandering uphill, down slope, and into the valley. The causatives and derivatives of the Nigerian print market on which foreigners thrive more than indigenous because of the position we have put the print ecosystem not as a causative economic venture, which it is, because our administration, our security, our education, our commerce, our everything are all projected through the printed matters, through the social media, through graphics, as well as through practical printing process, which is transformation, packaging, preservation, and communication. If you look at those four elements, the whole of private sector and public sector are covered, because without the print support, it will be difficult for children to go to school. It will be difficult for administrators to do their job, even though technology is taking over. Well, paper is still here, and for the next few decades, paper will remain. It may reduce in quantum, but even when it reduces, other substrates will take the place of paper, and print must also still appear there. We need to understand that the growth of the ecosystem, the print ecosystem in Nigeria, is hindered or accelerated, either of the two, depending on what we are looking at and the SWOT analysis we are working on now. Exchange rate. Exchange rate is a big factor determining the growth and also the success of the print ecosystem, because every day new machines come out, and if the naira is today at the airport, I asked this morning just to have an idea of what I will mention here, and I found that the rate at Abuja is to sell dollar, they will take it for 1,120 naira. Lagos yesterday was doing 1,130 naira. So if your machine is to be brought in at $10,000, you can imagine the magnitude of that diversity of variances you will get from your calculations. The geometrical ratio at which your machine comes in cannot be featured rightly and appropriately to time with the arithmetical process you are going to make. So the print ecosystem is locked down in the variance analysis of financials at international market and at local markets, because the print need of Nigeria cannot be highly priced, because one, of our population, and the also consuming populace you are to serve. In such a situation, it is no longer a seller's market, it is a buyer's market. So if you buy machine at the platform of seller's market, you bring the machine in and you are now to operate it and sell it at buyer's market. You become a victim of double circumstances. I don't know whether I'm communicating, but it is actually the reason why many new machines are not in the sector. Majority of us use second-hand, if not third-hand machines. But those who are managing to get the first-hand machines, they are doing so at the mercy of the bank. And the bank that is taking this money with high level of interest rate are not being wicked, they are being realistic. But at the same time, the recognition given to the print ecosystem in the financial sector is almost zero. If you have entered any bank in Nigeria, you found publishing, printing and publishing desk in any bank, raise up your hand. Nobody. You have not found it. Or if you have found agric desk in any bank, raise up your hand. We know. Oil and gas. You see, the masses who are consuming prints are underfed by the banks. The printers who are serving them are underfed by the bank. Then those who are also selling machines and paper to them, they are also underfed by the bank. And we also have other handmade problems, such as hoarding of foreign currency. The paper sector particularly, both run by both foreigners and indigenous, they are noted for accumulating hard currencies, possibly without even passing through the bank in most of the time. And this is one of the reasons why it's difficult to get foreign exchange. And when you get it at a rate that is to be determined by factors that you never prepared for. So the print education dilemma is another synergy that we need to look at. Our tertiary institutions are very miserly to printing and publishing studies. As I'm talking, I have not seen any university that has a department of printing in Nigeria. If you know any, tell me. I'm sure NUC is there. If you have accredited any university studying printing, I would like to know. So I don't know how long it will take us to recognize printing as a career and as a profession that has to enter the tertiary belt of education. And where we have polytechnics doing it, they are very few. And when they are few, they are very, very powerless because of the kind of equipment available for training. And of course, below that level, artisanship has been forgotten. The long-term training local school cert holders will do for 3, 4, 5 years to become a qualified, certified printing operator or a career enlister is no longer there. Most of all this has gone into history, and we rely on those who are just able to struggle to do it. And we need economy to be serviced at the lower level of production and transformation. That is when economy can also become what it is going to become. So I expect that we should borrow a little bit of Dubai approach to entrepreneurship, where rather than sending children to school overseas, you bring the school to them. So if we look at our previous automobile industry, we have Milan, we have Pan, we have Volkswagen, we have, I can't remember them any longer, but you remember that those days, we do local assemblage. We assemble them here, we bring this back. So if we can do similar things to the printing industry, we might scratch it on the surface as far as equipment is concerned. Let those manufacturers come in here. Let them come and establish. Also, let paper millers come in. We have materials we can turn into this. Then we also need to look at the synergy of getting the causatives. Our paper industry died because all stakeholders could not come together to fund it and also to partner with foreign makers of paper who have different substrates, who have experimented, who have succeeded in feeding the whole world when it comes to paper. Ink, we have vegetation that can produce it. But our engineering, our sciences, our tertiary institutions have never given enough focus. All I wish that we can build the synergy that will make all the ministries concerned with print in any form, Ministry of Information, Education, Industry, Trade and Investment, Finance, Defense, all of them should get certain provisions, certain policies, and budgetary allocations that will develop this sector. Because it is the sector through which we make ourselves reached, we make ourselves understood, we make ourselves serviced, and we make ourselves exchanged. Mutually beneficial exchange cannot come without laws and policies that are friendly to the print ecosystem. Otherwise, we will just be like one of my old teachers teaching us how to be able to speak big grammar. I say we were circumambulating. I had a small challenge recently when a particular kind of material was printed, and we could not find paper for that. That paper could not be found in it. Somebody had to bring it from Hungary, another person brought from Poland, another person brought from India. We should collaborate with it, and all our embassies, Nigerian embassies abroad, should look at the opportunities we can, which we can gain from other nations where they are serving. Then those also ambassadors of other countries here in Nigeria too should be our partners who should be able to look at what can we do together. Our forest is rich enough to provide necessary inputs that we can use to start this new game. If we do it right, we are going to reduce a lot of foreign exchange, and of course, we'll be able to save for tomorrow. So the synergy we want should be the synergy that will bring in the print ecosystem friendly law, the print ecosystem friendly policies, and the print ecosystem processes and relationships. The intellectual property must be safeguarded enough to provide Nigerian jobs, especially when it comes to production of instructional materials. We have a lot of research institutes, we have a lot of incubators, incubation centers, we have a lot of ministries that are all concerned with print, but the more we look, the less we are seeing. And of course, we are not making the print ecosystem a priority. It has to be a priority. If learning has to continue, printing has to continue, publishing has to continue. If commerce has to continue, business firms have to be produced. Majority of support for business must be put in place. There are so many things that we are losing because we do not build up an old paper mill. Paper mill is the major support the ecosystem requires today. We failed by not getting enough muscles to build a synergy to buy the European paper mills. The one in Jeba, the brown paper mill, and also the one in which is in this way. We need to go back there. We need to make a mark. We need to work together. We need to ensure that every stakeholder takes a bundle of room, just like we are saying, synergy, which will contain different approaches, different elements, different policies, different laws, and different collaborations. All the way, it should be collaboration, collaboration, collaboration. Thank you very much.
I will give you another resounding round of applause, please. We have long awaiting the representative of the Honorable Minister of Information and National Communication, who is also the chairman of this occasion. I would like to invite him to the high table, please. Mr. Yahya, the chairman of the Yahya Press Limited, please to come forward to the high table. Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Information and National Communication, Elijah Mohammed Idris, ably represented by the chairman of this occasion, the person of Mr. Yahya Amfani, the chairman of Yahya Press Limited. Without taking much time, it is my singular honor and privilege to invite His Excellency the Honorable Minister to come to the podium to give the keynote addresses.
Apologies for coming very late. This is because I was still trying to make so much effort for the Honorable Minister to be here. And honestly, overriding national engagement made him not to come. I feel he was honestly having two cups at the same time, for me to present such an office. But I bring the good will, I speak on behalf of the Honorable Minister, Mohammed Idris Malagi. He has asked me to wish you well, wish us success in this exhibition. And of course, one of the major messages to him is that we, the printers, need to unite. There's so much happening with happiness. And he has asked me to inform you here that he will soon be calling the two warring factions for settlement very soon. And that he asked me to assure the Nigerian printers that the government of President Bola Tinubu will work so hard to make sure printing don't leave the shores of this land. And I think we have campaigned in the past that let Nigerian printing remain in Nigeria. We knew those who started it and we give the credit to them, and we hope for more of such campaigns. Without wasting our time, we are for long, and I don't want to take much of your time. The message is very precise. Two strong messages, unity. Second message, the government is going to stand by the Nigerian printers to make sure printing jobs will remain in this country and are done by Nigerian printers. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Will we give him another sound of applause? Now it is time for the joint speakers. May I invite the DG LCC to please come forward.
Listened to a wonderful presentation by our keynote speaker. He has emphasized the need for synergy. The Honorable Minister has also drawn our attention to the need for collaboration. And I agree that we should begin to look at how to improve and professionalize the printing industry in Nigeria if it will have its pride of place and play a role issue in not only developing the general print sector but also, more importantly, to continually improve on the education sector. For us as Nigerian Copyright Commission, we are always prepared to work with printers and see how to add value to the work of especially the professional printers. I use that phrase advisedly because there is need to regulate this industry. It makes everybody's job easier. Even the policy end of it will be easier when we are able to separate those who are printers from those who are just hustling to see what they can roll out. And for the Nigerian Corporate Commission, we are particularly concerned about the distortion in the value chain. We are concerned about the disrepute that has been brought to the printing industry. So much that when we talk about piracy, book piracy, which is always on our own front burner, one of the groups that people would normally point to are printers. And the impression is that every printer is a pirate. But I'm happy that we have in our midst here printers who can stand tall anywhere as printers. And interestingly, they can do as well as any printer anywhere in the world. But we know there are challenges, and because of those challenges, some of these printers are almost helpless, and they watch jobs being taken outside of Nigeria. And in some cases, they themselves now have to rely on outside printers to be able to deliver on very huge orders. This is because of the cost of consumables, which the keynote speaker has evidently very well explained. You cannot continue to compete well if those variables are not addressed. So long as we are not able to source paper and ink and other consumables here in Nigeria, so long as we have to depend on the dollar, which often is not as friendly as it should, so long as we have to depend on foreign exchange to be able to get our work done, we will find ourselves always at the mercy of foreign printers. And I think we should, beyond just talking about it, I think printers in Nigeria should come together and let's have a clear work plan. Let's have a path in the way to go. A lot has been said about how to revive the paper mills. I'm not an expert in that area, but I know that in the area that concerns me, we can begin to help the local print industry by ensuring that only those who are to be in the business legitimately are allowed to carry on this business. And I will say here that the new Copyright Act has helped to address this. And I will urge all the restricted printers in the house to be in the forefront of the fight against those printers that have brought disrepute to this industry. For instance, the new Copyright Act provides that every person engaged in the production of works must have a register. It used to be under the old law that if you don't have a register, you will be subject to criminal liability, and the maximum penalty then was 10,000 naira. Under the new law, the minimum penalty, not the maximum, the minimum penalty is 100,000 naira fine. So you could have the fine, you could go to jail if you do not keep registered. Because it is from there that we can easily determine who is printing legitimately and who is printing illegitimately. And if we are able to reduce the illegitimate printers, then more jobs will come to the legitimate ones. And that will reduce the burden and will reduce the challenges that this industry is facing. We're going to be working with NPA, the Publishers Association. We'll be working closely with the printers, and I'm believing that based on the discussions we've already had, by this time next year, we will have rolled out, not by this time, in the first quarter of next year, we will have rolled out all the regulations that need to help in separating the wheat from the chaff. And we are hoping that in the first quarter of 2024, every printer will know what the register will look like, or should look like, and will begin the close inspection and enforcement of that provision of the law, so that we can separate the serious ones from those who are just criminals. I thank the organizers of this program. I thank participants. It's been a long wait, but it's better late than never. And I thank the Honorable Minister for lending his voice to the discussion on how to build this synergy, because obviously there is power in synergy and collaboration, and we must do everything to ensure that we strengthen the value chains in the book industry or the print ecosystem. I know that before the end of the year, publishers will be having their annual general meeting, and then we'll continue this conversation to ensure that every player in the value chain gets value for their investments, and at the end of the day, that Nigeria benefits from this old and yet still relevant industry that will help us strengthen, sustain, and enrich the education sector and the learning ecosystem. Thank you very much, and I wish everyone wonderful deliberations.
May I now invite the representative of National Council of Colleges of Education, legal luminary, Barrister Mai Nasara Kogo Umar.
Thank you very much, the Master of the Ceremony. The name of my organization is National Commission for Colleges of Education. We coordinate activities of not only the colleges of education, but teacher education generally in the country, whether in the university, polytechnic, and other institutions. The Honorable Minister, sir, ably represented by somebody I don't know how to call him. Well, because in Nigeria, if you are talking about Yahya Ali Amfani, his name goes beyond the Yali. So I don't know the correct word to call him. What I will say is, may God continue to preserve you, and may God continue to give us multiple support. Your most esteemed Royal Highness, the DG of the Copyright Commission, and my brother, distinguished ladies and gentlemen, I am exceedingly honored and profoundly grateful to be in this midst today, mainly because it gives me an opportunity to ventilate something that has been disturbing me in my mind. That is the problem of cost of education. The cost of education has skyrocketed now more than ever before. And this is seriously affecting research, documentation, and record keeping. With the advent of this millennium, we witnessed what we call e-learning. But even at the level of e-learning, you need paper you need ink, you need publications for you to progress in your academic career. Nigeria, unfortunately, we are basing our own trajectory as a nation on the international strength of our own currency. In other words, the value of Naira to dollar. This is quite unfortunate. I pray that the government should quickly come into rescue of this very important sector by applying one thing. We are now in October. About 150 days in the administration of Bola Tinubu. I would not be wrong if I said that the most recurring word that dominates these 150 days is subsidy. So, representative of the Honorable Minister, take it to the President and Commander-in-Chief that we need subsidy in this area. We need subsidy in the area of importation of papers, inks, the technical components that are normally used in the printing industry and in the academic sector. It is very, very important that the government should be at the forefront of safeguarding the skyrocketed, uncontrollable cost of the galloping value of Naira in relation to dollar, pound sterling, and other international currencies. So, if there is any area that we want this subsidy to come and permeate and cascade down to ordinary common man, is in the area of paper, printing, and publishing materials. Paper is something that everybody in Nigeria needs it. Because even my suya on the street needs paper for him to wrap what you people normally need to really polish your brain of future. So paper is very, very important. There is nothing in paper that is a wastage. You can shred the paper and turn it into something else. So we need these type of things. Not only the era of importation of disease, but there should be synergy for the international agency so that our Ministry of Industry will be able to encourage establishments of paper production enterprises in Nigeria. We need them very well in order to support what statesmen like the Yalium Press, personified in Alhaji Yahya Alif Pani is here, so that they too would not need to continue using calculator every time they want to import something. What is the value of Naira? What is the value of the dollar? What is this and this? If the government cannot stabilize the currency strength, then it is important that the government should come and cushion the high cost of business in the interest of our educational institutions, in the interest of the generality of Nigerians. On behalf of the organization I represent, as the Director in charge of Legal Information and Corporate Governance, we wish you successful Expo. And we pray that this Expo, at the end of it, will bring out very, very good areas of advice that the government can come in to really give us the desirable reduction in the area of printing and publishing industry in Nigeria. I thank you most respectfully. I wish you successful Expo. Thank you.
Do we put our hands together for you? The next person on the agenda is Kampa Kaduna Master Printer Association. Please, if he's here, please let him come forward for the program. The next person is the Chairman Abuja Master Printer Association. Everybody?
Your Royal Highness, the Director General of NCC, and our distinguished guest speaker for today's event. Ladies and gentlemen, I bring you warm greetings from the leadership and members of Abuja Master Printers Association League. It's the foremost printers group in Abuja and is aimed at promoting professionalism and the good welfare of the members. We want to thank the organizers for this event. The last one was held in 2019, if I'm correct. So this is 4 years. This is returning to Abuja. Every year, people spend hard-earned incomes to travel all across the world to attend events of this nature. And we have this opportunity to also see it in this capacity in our home city, Abuja, the federal capital city. We want to thank the organizers, and I want to encourage that our professional colleagues should take advantage of this event to be here throughout today and tomorrow so that we can learn from the speakers who will be coming on board to make presentations and of course get ourselves familiarized with new trends and technology available in the industry. Once again, I want to thank you all respectfully, and I wish us a very beautiful event. Thank you.
Before I invite the next item on the agenda, which is the presentation by the Platinum sponsored Xerox, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Hajia Bilkis Mohammed Corporate, the representative of the Permanent Secretary, Federal Ministry of Transportation, Marine and Blue Economy. Please, we would like to she is having some. So, may I invite Xerox for the presentation, please? Product presentation, please.
Deixa the microphone, deixa.
Very brief. Don't forget I'm also the chairman of. I'll moderate you out. Okay? You can just talk because people are waiting for the admission cover. That's why my speech was very, very brief because you are late.
Good afternoon, distinguished guests. I want to stand on the existing protocol already established, reference to the night table. You are welcome. I'm standing here as a representative of the platinum sponsor of this event, XHF Nigeria Limited. That's the authorized sole representative of Xerox Global Corporation in Nigeria since 1974. By next year will be 50 years, and that's another event. So we've been around in starting from when we knew normal office equipment before the current environment we find ourselves, the hybrid environment where we have e-content to communicate to people, then printed content. Today, we are players in the two segments. I want to show you today production systems, which is the basic thing that is happening here. In the digital world, we are also into other solutions, electronic document management. But today we are talking about printing and production printing for that matter. We'll be there and supporting the market, creating employment globally. And innovations have been taking place. Our products have transformed from what used to be to smarter systems and helping you to deliver value to customers. We stay as a player, equipment maker. And as you know, the industry is a chain. We stay in one segment, we need to partner. Some of you are print product producers, they are consumers there too. We all work together to make sure that everybody who is a player is playing very well. And there's something in it for you. Okay, so I'll just run through this. Go ahead. About Xerox, you know, XHS. When you see XHS, you must see Xerox because every value is just the same. So our objective of being here today is to show you our cutting-edge, latest equipment for production print, and for you to see us as a trusted partner in your investment for a profitable business in printing. We've been there, like I said, since 1974, transformed. We're ISO 9001-2015 certified to make sure customers are well served. Whatever we commit to, it's almost compulsory and must deliver in terms of customer support. Very important. Our product range, as you can see, from the highest end, IGM 5, is stands tall globally in digital print equipment. And beyond what you know, printers know that CMYK is the foundation of printing in terms of color. And Xerox has done so much, has transformed that. Now we talk of new colors: orange, green, blue, even gold and silver. You can do it now in process instead of a post-printing process. You print first before you go and foil or do whatever. Now you can do in a single pass. The equipment we are launching are equipment that can provide 11 colors beyond your traditional 4 colors. You can migrate. And digital embellishment is coming very soon. It's not just CMYK any longer. You want to use colorful things and extending the color gamut that's available. CMYK has no limitation, but we're adding new colors. You can produce something that never existed. And that's a value, it's a premium we're adding to it. So we have that from machine that can give you 150 pages per minute for printing, even in packaging too. Small manufacturers are looking for on-demand packaging solution. It's not always that print follow. And that's why we're getting print on demand, packaging on demand. You know, these machines allow you to do print on certain media that was not possible before. We have it from IGN to entry level for starters, business starters. You have a machine you can just launch. Because color is the technology you also need to learn. You start small, then you grow. We have it at different stages to grow with it. And of course, we have what we call Lumera. We've installed in several locations, especially for people in high volume production, book printing. It's very cost effective, pure black and white. You know, so you take advantage of digital, less waste. You know, when you compare to offset, you do a lot in terms of book printing on demand and transactional applications. You know, you want to print something that's not static, it's a variable information. Every print that comes out has a variable, has variable data. You can do that inline. which is software driven. We have the machine that helps you do that. And entry level is also there. Then the new game changer, Inkjet is coming back. Globally, there is a bring back our book that's going on. Everyone thought that by now there should be booking. There should be paper on the table. That was the direction. Paper they said, and it was not happening. It will take time. Paper and e-content are going to be going together. Everybody knows that because of fatigue, people need to read books. Nobody can take that away. No matter how e-content, whatever it is developed, book printing is going to be there because in different scenarios. What you read in a book is different when you read electronically. So Bartoro is coming in and is challenging offset so much. It's so cheap, it's inkjet, and it's able to fuse the ink paper on even offset papers. Why it is cheap? Because it uses offset paper, coated offset paper. You can do it, and you can get up to 6 million prints in a month from this Bartoro, and it's cheap because the ink does a lot in terms of yield, and the paper, every paper is very expensive. So if you can use low cost paper for your printing, definitely you are saving cost. You know, that's Bartoro for you. In terms of total cost of ownership, you know, if you launch it to work as a hybrid solution to your offset, then you start it very well and very cost effective. The media latitude is so large, it uses both offset paper, inkjet coated paper, and all kinds of paper for you to use. And of course, the software that helps make things work for you, what was free flow, very, very important. When you are doing book production, in position, here and there, to automate different steps of workflow. When you automate it with the software before printing, it helps you to really achieve them. And another way now is security of data. A lot of us are printing separately. When it comes to adding security to paper, what you are printing, how do we do that? That's a new invention Xerox has. You can, in cost of printing, add variable content to something that is printed to be able to make it difficult for people to produce anyhow. You know, you want to print coupon, maybe entry ticket or something, or certificates, and you want to put something, microtext or something that can protect it, or maybe a ballot box or anything you want to print. There are solutions that Xerox has that moves along with your data to the machine to print maybe barcode or QR code. These days, most certificates are no more plain. Every certificate now, internationally now has a QR code. If you are sitting in my front and I'm employing you and you say you have a surplus offer, the machine has a QR code on top. It's just for me to take my phone as an employer to scan it. It takes me to the website of the school to confirm your name, your class of degree, year of graduation. Why sitting down? So it makes that a bit of 10 lines difficult to do that. So while printing, then you can insert so many security content as a variable data that goes along with your own data, and it prints it out. Some are hidden from the viewers. Some are even when you want to make a copy, that's where some characters will come up. So it's difficult to count. So those solutions are now out to help production printers to make sure that if security is of a concern with a certain document, you want to protect production or whatever it is, Xerox has a solution to give you along with your production printing machine. It's a question of software addresses that. The creation of it, the first one, the second one, and you can also link it to the website or anywhere you want confirmation to be done. That is also possible. So our commitment to partner with you is to make sure that we give you products of high quality. We have our signature for quality. That has been there for over years. Whatever you take from Xerox, it's professionally maintained, it stays for you for a very long time, and you enjoy return on investment. Whether it's for office solution or for whatever. There are machines that are suitable now for small in-house facilities for people to take control. You know, it's not everything outsourced to commercial printers anyway. There are some certain documents you may have small machines to use. We also give you free user screen to make sure you maximize utilization of the equipment, take advantage of all the features for you to enjoy it, and we operate partner pricing. And if possible, flexible payment. Though it's difficult now because of loss of value. You know, it's difficult to have a long-term payment plan now. It's because money loses value. Everybody wants money right now. But when there's a commitment, we can have an understanding. It's about trust. It's about trust. You know, when there's trust and you have the willingness to do something, we can partner with you and to ensure that you are running. Your uptime of machine is critical to us. So if you are not there, we are not there. You can also trade in old machines. We have trading opportunities for old, non-productive machines. You want to migrate to a new platform. We also help you. We have an old system, and it's not just to dispose it. We give it a value, we call it trading. We value it and give a discount for it. We give you a new one. We take that one away and crush it. It's an industry requirement. We don't use it. We don't have a market for second hand, zero doesn't have it. But industry requires that. We allow you to migrate. And our earnings, being with you for years, nobody sells machine now and say, I have made money. Our money is in annuity. Everybody that sells machine lives on annuity. The business will continue. If I'm with you, you are buying consumables, you are on service with me for 5 years, for 6 years, that is the earning. Machine is a commodity. So the money is not there. It's the service we deliver to you and the value you see and you pay us over time. So that's partnership. So that means you should be printing if I want to make money. And to make sure that you're having the best to do to print. Then professional sales support is one of these our unique selling points. We don't give you commodity as a commodity. We always go after our machine to make sure that you have the right technical support anywhere there's installation to make sure that you enjoy value from the machine. Thank you so much. Xerox is there for you to take a look. And whatever is not there, whatever we tell you, just believe us. We also have brochures you can take a look at it. Different ranges of it. You start small, you grow with us, we partner with you. Thank you for your time. God bless you for coming.
Talk about credit facilities to print out.
May we once again give you a sounding applause for this wonderful Your Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, which is my singular honor and privilege, kindly invite you to the cutting up of the tape and also the tour for the exhibition. We are going to be assisted by members of the High Table. Your Excellency, you may like to come forward to please cut off the checklist. Special guest of honor, we also please join His Excellency, the Honorable Minister.
So, on behalf of the Honorable Minister of Information, Alhaji Mohammed Idris Malaki, I have declared this exhibition for the benefit of all. Thank you very much.
So we like to take them round. This is point one.
Excuse me.
This who is the owner of this?
Good morning.
This is the Honorable Minister of
Information.
Information. Representative, now you are already in the past.
We said sovereign for this. This is not good. Then we have what is said diaries. diaries for 2024.
All it is locally made.
Excellent, very excellent. They will have this substance. This one, this is chairs.
All locally produced. Made in Nigeria. Is it made in Nigeria?
This chairs.
Made in
It's
Nigeria.
answering the question.
Yes.
Is it made in Nigeria?
Yeah, because that is the drive of this.
Okay.
Do you have that from copyright?
This one is by the word of God.
This one is by. This is the DG of copyright. It's calling your attention.
This one is Bible, and word. Within the selected. We have this one selected. This is selected. This is selected locally. Yeah, this is local. This is local. This is local. This is also Nigerian work. This is also Nigerian work.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Becomes local. How do you drive?
We have the representative of the Minister of Information concerning the beginning recipes. What do you have for them?
Basically, we are from City Prints. Just
Where are you based? Here in
Right,
Ibadan,
in
Lagos, Kano? Where?
do industrial area. So we majorly deal with nylon print, food packaging, that is nylon based. We have bread nylon, we have shopping bags.
Service for literature.
Yeah, so basically
All locally produced in Nigeria, because that's the message of the present government. Everything done should be locally done. And definitely there is an effort and push by the present government to make sure that materials and encouragement to do these things locally, including the production of this. These are commercial.
some of them are locally produced.
Excuse me, sir. To take
T-shirts, banners, titles, these are products. We have so many branded products. We have flyers, we have signature, we have blind banners, pillows, and all the different materials, including the overall
Where are you based? No, it's okay. Okay, sir. This is the lead. I'll soon be there. On that lead,
This international we produce sizebook, A4 paper, bond paper, and we have been in the country for the past more than 30 years back now.
well, thank you very much. Visa is well known to us, and what the message of this present government is we look into a moment where Vista will start manufacturing paper in Nigeria. That is the whole drive now, because that's the drive of the government. That's the new message that will soon be coming from the President Bola Tinubu-led administration. Definitely, we are looking forward to production. We want the materials for construction here so that employment, foreign currency will be served. That's
We'll convey your message to the manager.
we want the production done here. That is
Excuse me, please watch.
Next, I welcome here is the representative of the Honorable Minister of Information and National Communication.
He gave me a very big job.
God bless you. Welcome to Expo stand. Like I was talking inside, where the sole authorized partner of Xerox Global Nigeria for 50 years. What we have been doing our office equipment. We started with office equipment and we have them in different ways. From personal use, work group, because most people are moving towards work group system that people 10, 20, 30 people can share. Because tabletop systems are very good. But for example, this one can be shared by like 20 people in the office also. In printing, copying, and scanning. You can also send jobs wirelessly. It also interfaces with your mobile phone. Suppose you have a job here, you want to place and you can send straight to it, something comes out. You can also set it up to scan. Maybe there are about 20 workers in something. You can come here, scan something into your system directly. Now, the economics of this is the lowest total cost of ownership. Because it's not about the price of buying equipment, the operating cost. The toner alone gives you like 30,000 prints. The drum, you will do 80,000 prints before the placement. Comparatively, in the market, the product is possible for making a baby so cheap. It's a black and white. There's a color equivalent of this also.
So sorry, not to violate.
And you have office hire models.
Special representative of the Honorable Minister. We know Xerox. And the call by this government and those of us in the printing industry. What are you doing to create employment, to ease process of purchase, especially so that you can create employment? If you now give an easier way of purchase, definitely government is coming to the market. That's what I was reliably informed. What are you doing? Xerox is well known. You don't need to go further. I'm also here if you are witness to the news you want to hear, especially under this government. What are you trying to do to encourage employment, to make the purchase of this product easier, especially possibly for a lease, maybe in collaboration with Bank of Industries and the rest? What is the news you want to hear? What are employment, ease of purchase, so that younger ones that don't have the means can purchase and open up. Your product is no doubt, no contest.
Thank you so much. The essence of it is everybody is involved in terms of same value chain here and there. In terms of employment, yes, we are open to a lot of people. A lot of people have come to us who have interface with a Bank of Industry. Sometimes we support them. We give them documents as a qualifying documents that take to process their loan. We are not a loan, we don't have a loan per se. But in terms of confirmation that this is Xerox, we have offered documents. A lot of people secure the facilities apart from commercial, small microfinance, and they bought this bigger one, the production, through microfinance also. And there are younger people that started the business. So what we did was, some of them did partial payments. We had an MOU with the commitment. And this guy told us, we do diligence that you are a printer and you are still committed. At that level, management is involved. You have a commitment, then in a period of time, we agree to 6 months to 9 months, depending on how we want to structure it. That we do, but my team is also going to do like that.
Thank you, Alain. And we began something 2 years ago. We want to create a different environment. We went to the universities, right? We have young graduates, we empower them. They buy this machine, they pay 30%. Some of them they spend over 1 year, 6 months. That's what we are doing. And we have in about 8 universities now that we have this going on to support them through tech fund, through all those avenues. And we have a training school. We not just buy and go, we train you. We train them on how to do them and how to have
value for money. ROI is very, very high on them. And because we are here for 50 years, we can't run away. We support them, give them value for money. And we are doing that in university, and for those who are coming out, we start business. That's what we are doing now, to get connected at the root level. And we are doing it for GC communication and for every other individual. And I said that what we are doing. And that is back of the government.
It's also live for YouTube.
You pick my 100 next week.
No problem.
No, I brought the protection already.
This is the we are getting to discover the community, commercial communities, responsibilities, now we can have a good idea.
Very soon you start manufacturing it here in Nigeria because basic just bring it.
Mama, your hand is blocking your work. Oh my God. Yeah, Mama.
He's asking for something for you.
So that we know how to from all the how many just try to like from your own phone. Yes. Because you can see how to watch it.
When will you start production of paper here in Nigeria? Cheaper you create employment when? Here even locally we have forest raisins where you can come back. A lot of our colleagues are you understand, we have the paper pulp, we have the forest, we have the western part, we have the so you have intention of
Sharp, are you ready?
Are you set? I'm here with the representative of the Global Minister of Information.
okay. Who is
We're happy to have you
What I want to hear, Sharp and Roma Roma, what are they doing for the younger operators of making it easier for them to purchase your products? Okay. Because we want to encourage President Bola want to encourage employment. So what is Roma doing to see they create that environment by more printers that cannot afford trade it instead of putting it down in the industry? Is there any effort towards that?
What we do is that Roma that work with us. What that means is that we feel that we can create more affordable prices. So when these dealers come,
For example, example, if I'm a printer, I have 50% of your product, I want to start a small printing shop. How do you assist me? I don't have, you have that.
And then I was talking about artisans. Artisans will give them our reason in order to enable them to also sell and make something like
Excuse me.
Let me have your contact.
This is the representative of Honorable Minister of Information and National Communication. Is here to find out what effort are you making in the area of job creation.
Okay. Thank you, sir. To God be the glory. We are supplying to the concept company limited, and we are into printing and customizing materials. We started from bringing in materials, all printing materials, printing machineries. Then at the time, we now find out that's made for us.
Do you have any plan of the production of some of these items?
We are producing.
Oh, excellent. That is
This
what the government wants to hear.
We
You want to go a situation where you import the raw materials, do the mold, and so that's what we're looking at. And let me tell you this message from the government of Israel. They are willing to support us. Do that. That is it. The way you present your
Give him rounds of applause. This is very good information.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, please, I have a package for you.
somebody should be cleaning for you.
Yes, it's an organization.
Thank you.
Yes, that's sharp. That's sharp.
This topics we're into flexible packaging for those bakeries to do their packaging, and for some other SMEs for these packages are for soya flour, for teaching bags, and also tissue paper vouchers. We actually diversified into this for years. We saw it in packaging. Most SMEs come and they don't have packages for products.
Manufacturing this because the government is starting very soon to make sure there's a support for it to achieve. If we start manufacturing this
Now with the representative of the Honorable Minister of Information and National Communication, please welcome him.
You wouldn't understand. I think brand new creator promotion is right.
Thank you very much, sir. Here we are full-fledged corporate promotional items. Yeah, so I was saying like full-fledged branding and corporate and promotional branding expertise to assist our partners in promoting their business for them to achieve their goal and set their objectives. have literally built our strength. So we have done much effort.
Now, if I may ask, some of these materials, are you planning how to manufacture them locally here in Nigeria?
We have started that already.
Oh, exactly.
Yes, I was about to say
Because
that.
that is the government of President Government of Bola, that's what I require. That is what the Honorable Minister of Education is considering. Yes, yes. The government is willing to give the support. The Bank of Industry, biology is coming to us. We want to create the foundation of employment so that foreign exchange will be saved, job will be created, and of course,
In view of that, we have been able to achieve our in-house tailoring units. So we get a fabric
locally manufactured.
Yes. So in-house. You see pictures of our facilities that are showing tailoring units. All of these fabrics here on this shirt you see here are sold in-house and branded in-house in our factory. You don't have to outsource.
Yes, our prayer is for you to be able to manufacture this. You can imagine how many Nigerians you employ. Exactly.
Sold by us. Thank you very much, sir.
Nice one, guy.
They want to kill it.
Yes, it's planning to solve this issue. We have some discussion. And honestly, the president, I can say, message that is coming, maybe that will come from the minister directly. I'm so concerned about this.
I would like to welcome back His Excellency, the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, and members of his entourage, including the special guest of honor, for going around to see for themselves what Nigerians have been doing to move the country forward. So the next things on the agenda this afternoon is stakeholders conference, and it is to be chaired by the chairman of the occasion, who is wearing two caps. He is representing the Honorable Minister of Information and National Orientation, as I said earlier, and also he is the chairman of this occasion. I would like to invite him to please give brief remarks before the commencement of this conference.
Thank you, moderator. I wish we can get more members, because when I came I was in a hurry. I apologize for the delay. There should have been more messages. Most of the protocol, I'm sure, have been forgiven on that. Stakeholders conference, the synergy in the ecosystem is simply means cooperation within us, the printers. And Director, I wish we can get more members here. We cannot succeed in these industries if we are divided. But unfortunately, we've been having some hiccups from the takeoff of CIPO, which is the only regulatory body gazetted by federal government. So the essence of this discussion today is to hear from you. How do we move forward? One of the messages from the Honorable Minister whom I represent today, also as the chairman, is we need to unite. And very soon the Ministry of Information and National Orientation will be calling the entire printing system, especially those that have disagreement, so that we can have one united body, one united printers body in this country, so that we fight for printing jobs to remain in this country, which is a campaign started earlier on. So the essence today is for us to discuss. If you have suggestions for me to take to the Honorable Minister, in addition to the effort he's making to bring all of us together, 1-2 minutes, please, you are welcome here to give us that advice. Otherwise, if there is no, I will just assume that the prayer is for us to be united. And we should be looking forward to that call by Honorable Minister, who were under his supervision, don't forget. The government printer from federal ministry is actually the #1 printer. So if we have suggestions, ideas to the ministry or to the present government of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, please come forward and give us 1 or 2 of those advice. We don't have printers here. It says moderator, we have administrators, we have civil servants, we don't have printers. Yes. Prof, are you now, you are a designer? No, it's okay, come and say 1 or 2 things. We need unity in the industry, and you are part of it, and from your own side.
Good morning, my chairman or the chairman of the Alliance Press, distinguished guests on the high table, Royal Father, distinguished printers, good afternoon. My name is Samaila Usman Dages, the representative of the minister, was my teacher in the university and is still my teacher, because learning is continuum. You continue to learn. Okay. Now, regarding the issues he has raised, which is printers have to be united. That is very important. For one single reason, that in the print industry, print contractors are taking away the printing from us. Somebody who is not a printer but has connection, gets printing job, brings it to you and gives you stipend and goes away with a huge money. Let me give you an instance of one of them. We employed one of my students to design for him. After he was done printing, he just in 30 days, he was able to finish the production and was paid, and after all the PR, he was left with about 7 or 8 million. Then he called my boy and said, "Lucky, there is bastard money in printing." Is there bastard money in printing? There is no, but that is his mentality. And we allow that to happen. And that is why for us to unite is very crucial, very important that Nigerian printers should unite. One, to fight against these print contractors so that we can control our business. Two, to fight against job transfer, as the Americans will call it. You have printing companies in Nigeria that can produce any quality. but then the jobs are taken out. Why are they taken out? Don't we have printers? Don't we have the equipment? Don't we have specialists? Don't we have quality? We all have those. But why are the jobs taken out? So we have to unite to fight the taking away of our print jobs across the shore, and also to fight the print contractor who is not a printer by training, but uses his connection to take jobs from us. So we need to do that. Maybe I will stop here. When the discussion continues, if there is a need for me to say more, I can go ahead and do that. Thank you very much.
I will put our hands together for him.
I think I still have the floor. Why? Okay, please, Brother Kayode Princeway, we are discussing about Prince synergy, unity among us, which is a stretched message from the Honorable Minister. That very soon will be called to discuss this unity among us. Please, I want you to share how we can move forward as one united body. Please, we need 1 or 2 words from you. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I'm sorry. It's okay.
Mr. Chairman, Your Royal Highness, distinguished members of the High Table, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon once again. Kayode Aloga is my name. I'm the CEO of Printway Limited and the chairman of Abuja Master Printers League. Like a chairman rightly said, we need to unite, we need to collaborate. I was just speaking with my friends while we were on the tour, that there are a lot of opportunities for us to explore. And at this opportunity, the only barrier before us is lack of cooperation and collaboration. The print ecosystem is very diverse, and there are a lot of spaces for everyone to play in a very, cooperative manner, such that we begin to, leverage opportunities that are diverse, that are also unique, that individuals can bring on board to support ourselves. But until we begin to have a change of mindset, which is to say that we are playing in the same space, but we are not necessarily, competitors to ourselves. There are 2 ways to look at competition. You can look at competition in the area of collaboration as well. Why it seems all of us are doing the same thing, there are specific areas that individuals, can take advantage of. And I think this is the direction we must follow. We've been talking about not having papers. Virtually all our consumables are brought in from overseas. Who is going to manufacture this consumable for us? Must everybody buy a machine and print because it appears easy and instant? So the need for us to begin to think beyond now. We need to think sustainability. We need to think on how to grow the economy, how to grow our foreign exchange. In recent times, so much tears, so much agony, the way we lose our hard-earned money because of the tumbling in the FX market. But we all have a role to play. There's something you can do, there's something I can do, and by the time all of us begin to play our part very well, we will all contribute to strengthening the Naira, and of course the future of our children and the future of our businesses can be guaranteed. So I think a change of mind from competition to collaboration is what we need. Thank you so much.
With your permission, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. I'll rather just start right away. I stand on existing protocol. My name is Briggs Sanomi. I'm from a business background. I'm not a printer. I love business. And when I walked in here, the first thing that came to my mind is that we don't actually have too many companies that produce papers in Nigeria, but we have the raw materials. So I believe we can partner in that regard. A lot of the states governments are going to PPP, which I told one of them there, would you be interested if I have to connect you to a state government who's willing to partner with you? And he said yes. So I think this message can get to the Honorable Minister of Information to tell investors that we have the raw materials in Nigeria. We have investors, even right here, who are willing to put their little money in collaboration to make the industry more lucrative. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Already, the federal government is already in discussion. The minister will soon make official announcement regard to manufacture of papers locally. I'm not permitted to discuss, but that big news is coming. And I'm sure federal government will welcome partnership in that area. Thank you.
Please, is there any question, observation?
Good afternoon. My name is Bilkis Fufore, and I want to ask my question in my capacity as Bilkis Fufore, not the Permanent Secretary of Ministry of Transportation. My question is, I know that the last government, were agitating for paperless e-governance. And I know that there are some ministries and MDS that have actually gone on paperless businesses. So how do we do? I mean, what is it contradicting, or what are we going to do about it? Because I know some people are actually doing paperless in their MDS. So what is the government? Is this government against e-governance, or it wants to continue with the e-governance? I'm sure you are aware, Honorable Minister, about the paperless situation, the e-governance.
Thank you very much. I would just like to react to her question. Chairman, can you permit me to respond to her question? Yes.
Hello? Sorry, Madam. Just like I said, we have extensive discussion with the Honorable Minister. Your question is in line with what the federal government will soon make announcement on. Very soon. It's being taken into consideration. Thank you very much.
Yes, Mr. Chairman, just to add to that. Can I go ahead, sir? Thank you very much. I think we need to draw a line of distinction between paperless context and then where you need the paper. The print industry, as the name implies, is mainly paper-based. There are other materials, yes, there are other substances, but paper, for a long time from now, the print industry will continue to use paper for some time. But that we're going completely paperless in the print industry, we haven't got there. Even the advanced nations that are paperless are still using paper. So this government, yes, will look at the paperless component, especially when it comes to currency and some other areas. But that paper production, I think we need to go into the manufacture of paper. For now, like I said, the print industry in this part of the world will continue to use paper as a substance. Other materials are there, polymer, glass, and so on and so forth. I thought I should say this. Thank you.
Honorable Minister, other protocols observed. My name is Dari Uluwatui. I'm not a member of this association per se. Currently, I'm the President of the Association of Nigeria and Chairman Nigerian Book Fair Trust. I also manage the oldest bookshop in the country, CSI Bookshops Limited. I was moved by the first contributor, the man in white, when he talks about people that has influence taking away printers' business. I want to say that this is not peculiar to the printers. It's a problem that we have to jointly address, and we may need the effort and help of the government. I'm happy that the NCCDG is here. In the book industry too, you go to university, you want to supply books to the library. You see engineers who has influence, who is building who is constructing a building within the university, supplying books to the library. So it's not peculiar. But let me address the issue of publishers and printers. I'm also a printer. The problem is not just today. It's something that has a very deep root. Printers, publishers now go abroad to print their books because it is cheaper for them. Printing locally, because we have to import paper, we have to import every other materials to print. Our quotations are far more expensive than getting a quote from India, China, Singapore. This is a thing that the government has to look into. Fighting ourselves may not and cannot solve the problem. There's no way you want me ask me to come and print with you when I know I can print half the cost abroad. So it's a problem that government really need to help in this regard, and we probably start with the dollar. So if our local manufacturing, local paper manufacturing industry can start producing, I'm happy with the hope we have just listened to from the minister representative that very soon the government will make a statement of that. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. The Honorable Minister, ably represented by my elder here. Yes, I think in order not to repeat what others have said, my name is Olanrewaju Bolarin, the chairman ASPON FCT. A lot has been said about unity in the industry. It's not debatable that we all need so that we can move forward. But the area I want to delve with is what my brother just mentioned about the books and the printers. I realize that importation of books is free duty. It's one of the problems why people go abroad to bring in their books. It will be cheaper when you go there and you produce, and there is no payment in bringing them inside. So we want to appeal to the government to please look into it. It will help us a lot, even before the production of paper begins. By importing those papers, if they can reduce the import duties on our papers, or even eliminate import duties as it is in print, final print works. Sir. Yes, that's what I'm saying, sir. We have mentioned it. I don't want to repeat it. It is important. It's very important that we talk about unity, but in identifying our challenges, that's why I'm mentioning it. So if government also can look into that, so that even our machineries that we use, government should find a way of reducing the cost of bringing them in, so that we help the local industry. Thank you very much.
Any suggestion to Honorable Minister on how we can make this unity and togetherness?
Well, thank you, sir. I was very happy when you mentioned that the Honourable Minister is interested in what is going on in this industry. It will go a long way, sir, because he's our head, he's our father. So we need to bring the whole stakeholders together, and I always believe that litigation will never solve the problem in the industry. It will never. The moment we follow that trajectory of litigation, we will never come out of it. So it is advisable as one of the solutions for us to come together as the same body. We may have different associations, different organizations in the industry, but let our focus be united so that we can achieve a common goal. That will help us if the minister, the honorable minister, can come in and superintend over whatever he needs to make the industry go forward. Thank you very much.
Moderator, please, there is Mr. Akin displaying critical role.
Thank you, sir. I was hoping this won't come, but if my father is sitting up there, I know it will definitely come. Please permit me to stand on the existing protocol. In life, nature has taught us how we can be united. So the plants breathe out carbon dioxide, and we breathe out carbon dioxide, and the plants will take out this carbon dioxide as their own oxygen because they also need it to survive. This is how God, who we all worship and we all know, has created the universe. When there is a distortion in nature, where indiscipline becomes the order of the day, where people considering themselves first before the industry becomes the order of the day, chaos must abound. Honorable Chairman, sir, I think that we should learn from the military, and I'm glad they're amongst us here. I grew up in that setting, and I understand that indiscipline does not stand. So in an industry where one person is bigger than the industry, we all should come together and not allow it. It is not possible to grow an industry in that manner. Please, sir, we welcome the Honorable Minister's efforts. He needs to step in now, and now is the time. And I'll be glad if you can help us convey the message that now is the time for the Honorable Minister to serve justice. That is how nature treats indiscipline. Once justice is served, there will be growth. Thank you so much, sir.
Your Excellency, before taking the next comment, with your permission, it is my pleasure to acknowledge the presence of the President of Population Association of Nigeria, Mr. Dare Olua Tui, and also to usher him to the high table with your permission, Your Excellency. Next.
Excuse me, let me respond to the last speaker.
Thank you very much, Mr. Akin and other speakers, because my concern as a leader is to lead a united house. When the Honorable Minister said earlier, you have to say, okay, I'm a bloody printer, I will not a civil service say you must do it. And I don't want to be seen taking any side. I will never be a leader of a divided house. A lot of you here sneak to court without my information, and you use my name to fly. A lot of us are misunderstood. I refuse to be used. After all, I have people in Lagos who have given us trust, and we must continue to work as united. And this is what I make the minister. Don't ask me a question. Call the concerned parties and listen and do justice, just like I said. We must withdraw out of court. But if court, any other person can just go to court and stop it. It will be continuous. After every court, you come to talk about peace. By the grace of God, with the zeal of the Honorable Minister, he's already in discussion with the President, Bola Tinubu, and there's so many goodies coming our way. If we are not united, we're going to lose everything. For me, I'm not going to be party to any divided house or anything that is legal. No. So please, I will continue to call on the unity and cooperation. I remember the Oputa panel. Say you killed him, but we'll forgive you today. Say you did this, we'll forgive you today. So from today, no enmity. And that is what the minister is trying to work as quickly as possible. There are some good news from the ministry, the supervising ministry, and possibly he has reason of sending me here. So, and I hope the printers will recognize that some of us can be entrusted with matters and will be very neutral. Thank you very much.
Can we take the next one?
Yes, but we're here for the interaction. We are here. The basic is for the unity, the synergy of Nigerian printers. We want to drive the devils, if there are many.
Good afternoon, sir. Standing on the existing protocol, my name is Abdelwasi Mustafa, the General Manager of Abuja Press. Speaking to the topics on ground, the unity in the printing industry. Studying the environment, those of us at the background, the first step that I think the Honorable Minister will look at is what is the causes of this trouble and what is the direction, what tools can lead us to the direction, the CPON Act. I believe majorly this trouble is at the top of CPON. The CPON Act, how does it, a chartered institute of professional printers. As the name implies, chartered institute, who are the leaders of this institute? Proper people must be at the helm of affairs. As chartered, you must have a prerequisite qualification to lead a chartered institute. If you want to lead and you don't have the prerequisite academic background, we can push the minister to help us have research institutes where we can learn. We have in the higher institution of learning that we have that they study printing technology. We have who can study machine printing, book binding, graphics, and if you want to be a full printing technologist, you study the course. From there, you have the idea of what it takes to run an institute and the syllabus in which will help the industry grow. In Nigeria, how many billions they say we use to import paper every year? We have investors, which if we have research institute where we can produce paper, we will have this on ground. So I think if the minister look at the side of investing in other hands of the institute and putting the round pen in round hole in the institute, this loggerhead will reduce or stop. Thank you, sir.
Any other person?
Yes, when you talk about process, and the best way to get the right thing is to look at the CPON Act. what are the processes. And if you just vote for people who just want the power but they don't have the intelligence, if for selfish reason you just want to put anybody who wants the power, you are going to end up in a mess. From the various leadership we had, you know people of ideas. Forget whatever has happened. You know them. But some play because some people feel they wanted power, they wanted power. So as long as we don't come united, regardless of your personal belief about anyone, we cannot be 100%. We cannot be perfect. I'm not perfect. But if that human being can have 60, 65, and he has ideas to move this industry forward, and from the various leadership you have tested, why not support such a person? This is the issue. The minister has limitation. The first crisis, our first national president was Kunle Adebambo. But there was crisis. When we went to the ministry, that is 15, 20 years, I can't remember when, the minister called all of us. There and then that election was dissolved and there was selection. We don't want to go to selection. We want people competent enough. Yes, just because you don't want to lead us, do you have what it takes? So, this is my personal opinion, that we should move sentiment. We should look for people from who are tested, or who are willing, who are intelligent enough, who are willing to sacrifice, who have things to move. Because we have started enjoying some of the initiative of some of the people that led you know. Let the Nigerian job remain in Nigeria. And this is exactly what the minister under President Tinubu is saying. So in as much as we're looking, let's go to that peace conference with one united mind to go for the base of the resolution to make sacrifices on that day. I'm also concerned. And the federal government is having big plan to come to our assistance. Very soon you'll be hearing this from the Honorable Minister. So thank you. Any more advice that I'll take to the Honorable Minister? Anything from anyone? Okay, sorry, you wanted to say something? Are you on?
Mr. Chairman, sir, I think you've hit everything on the nail. On the nail on the head, every nail on the head. Let's face the truth. What do we printers want? Do we want a consolidated house and sustainability, or we want business and fight? Because I can see three major issues. People looking for business, people looking for power, people looking for professionalism. And if you look at the three, you discover that the first two had short runs. When you get into power, you use 4 years. What does the act say? How many years can you use maximum? 2 years. So when you finish, what else? Then if you are looking for business, after doing the business, you are paid off. What else? But we are talking of posterity. Look at ICANN. Look at Institute of Public Relations. Look at personnel and so on. I belong to 4. I'm a fellow of 4 professional bodies. I was Vice President of Marketing and President of Public Relations. This crisis must end now. And the way to end now are 3 major approaches. Number 1, if the Honorable Minister is going to use his power, he can dissolve the council and also make sure that there is a group, maybe a caretaker or a sole administrator. But that's the last option. The second option is the elders in the house, starting from the chairman of today, and I want you to listen to this. The chairman of today and his colleagues, the elders must come together to say this house will not fall. And it will not fall. Because we have a lot to do. As institute, we don't have a curriculum to train the younger ones. We don't have affiliation with any tertiary institution. We don't have any calendar of training that is systematic and reliable. These are services and intellectual properties we have to deliver to our members. let the elders, if you say the elders are not having certificates, they have done this business for 50, 40, 30 years. Let's tap their expertise and experience. They will go and go. They won't be there forever. The spirit of hurry is worrying the entire Nigeria, but it's getting more in the printer's shop. If you look on the road, you see the Okada and Keke, the way they struggle. We are hurrying every day to nowhere. Let's slow down. God will help us.
Thank you very much. Anytime I hear elders, are the elders respected? In Abuja, Lagos, everywhere, my complaint is that I didn't know why you do that. Why are you going behind me? They say, okay, if we come in front of you, you will stop us. Why? You don't have to adjust. My own is just advice. And this is what it has led us to. I attended one of the conferences here in Abuja, and I told us, you know why I'm not recognizing anything? Because I don't know what you've done. And some of us, you allow our names to be jumped here and there. You say elders, you go up behind, you take action, you run to court, you do this, you do that. And you call elders. Nobody should call. Where are the elders? Are the elders are respected? Let the elders reject. We intend to take Mr. A to court. We intended to remove this. Now the simple question, how many times? Why don't you be patient? Let that person finish. You come up and face, but nobody comes fast. So I hope, by the time we go to, the elders will be listened to, not necessarily take their advice, but I hope the elders will be listened to. If you ask our honest opinion, we have to be neutral. I've been trained to be neutral. If I'm not neutral, the people in Lagos, not my tribe, not our religion, they won't see leadership in some of us to say, sir, you are our leader. And that I will never abuse. I will never abuse. I rather stay. That's why I don't recognize anything in there. I'm waiting. If the court, which is not the best of option, but we just pray very soon, we'll resolve this issue. We come out, we'll draw out of court, and we see how, just like the last speaker said, how many years in the town? 2 years, 4 years. Allow the person to finish. Then you can go to the poll and take a decision. Please don't just come because you just want power. Come if you are a man or woman of ideas. That is it. Even if that person says no, drag him. I just pray when we are called for that conciliatory meeting, when we are listening to the Honorable Minister, we will all give him all the support to keep us more united and to drive the devil. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. My name is Bonnie Aladame. Mr. Chairman, I stand on the existing protocol. My comment is in two parts. One, the chairman said the issue of solution to the problem, how to bring peace to the industry, very important. And I like what the Honorable Minister is trying to do to reorganize the industry. I see the problem as more of competition. Yes, it's a leadership problem. There is what the cause is being sort of competition. Everybody want to be in front, want to be the highest on top. So that's competitive spirit is bringing a lot of friction, and confrontation from time to time. Last year we were here, the whole of this hall was filled up, but majorly on the issue of the pulp and paper. So, Chairman sir, my suggestion, like you rightly said, is for the minister to please act fast to bring the stakeholders together as soon as possible. Because my worry, as I'm sitting down here, we are losing a lot to foreigners. We are losing a lot. If you check the value chain in the printing industry. You can check the potentials. In fact, you will wait for this country, and foreigners are coming in quietly and taking up the job. And even the capital flight, those going outside to print and bring back again, just like petroleum. If you check the consumption of paper in this country, it's next to petroleum and next to food. Sincerely speaking, from research, because I've just checked the Bureau of Statistics and I've seen their record. So this sector, printing industry, is so huge that if it's well organized and well regulated, it's going to bring a lot of job, create a lot of job and wealth for a TV population. So I want to add my voice to what others have said for the minister to add for us to organize. So my second part of the comment is the issue of the raw materials, because that's where, to me, the problem lies. If we really want to develop the printing industry, to where it should be. And in terms of raw materials, yes, we have the opportunity to do that. A lot of researches have been going on. We have the Raw Material Research Council and also other universities are doing a lot of research work, trying to see how we can revive, the modern printing industry, paper industries. Now, the research has that not only getting pulp and paper is not only coming from hardwood, even from grass. So if we can look inward to make sure that and I'm happy that the Ministry of Industry, Trade and Industry has gone back to build a policy, national policy on pulp and paper. So I would like the Ministry of Information also to, to collaborate with the industry and to make sure that this raw material is well developed, so that we have the opportunity to plant the necessary raw materials. So by the time we start growing, of course, the pulp and paper industries will come back even more of some of these modular plants will come up as well, not just gigantic ones. So these are things we discussed last year. I think advocacy is also important, to achieve that. So by so doing, I also want to add the DG of Copyright Commission to also step up, because talking about regulation is also one of the problems, because it seems printing industry is jack of all. If you go to where I stay in Area 10, it's like a motor park. If you are not careful, you may really kidnap. A lot of boys, a lot of people are, claiming to be printing. So the Copyright Council needs to step up to know who is actually a printer, so that the industry will be properly regulated. Before we now talk of the professional printers and all that coming together. So these are the things. It was actually a snake, but the government have to lead us through the honorable minister to make sure we bring the house together. Thank you.
Good afternoon, all. I want to stand on the existing press call. My name is Mr. Innocent. I'm Regional Manager, University Press, and also the Chairman, FCT, Nigerian Publishers Association. Now, when I came in, yes, I am, my Chairman. It's a privilege to see you physically today. When we were invited for this, I thought of a lot, looking at the synergy, why challenges like the paper. The professor talked a lot about challenges we have, how government will enact proper policies, developing infrastructure in the paper print, and how to get us together. Now, for publishers, I don't think we would prefer to go print overseas, but there are major issues that would drive us there. So I want to suggest that in this meeting that our chairman, the Honorable Minister for information is trying to put out, I think it's important to bring all the stakeholders. I know the print industry has its issues, which is peculiar in every other industry. But I know with the stand our chairman is taking, I think everything is going to go down. Everything is going to be resolved. Even in the Nigerian Publishers Association, we had our issues, but we have overcome it. So I think it's going to work. So I think if you bring us into this discourse, because publishers wouldn't want to just go to overseas to print because of the cost of production and economies of scale. If government takes the right decisions, enact the right policy, bring out the right regulations, Copyright Act, why would I be scared to print in Nigeria? Because I believe it can easily be pirated. So there are so many things that I have to look at in this ecosystem. So when the whole thing came, I was really interested, and I'm thanking God I'm privileged to be here today to talk to very enlightened people. Thank you very much, sir.
Honorable Minister, sir, let me first correct when I was introduced as the President Nigerian Publishers Association. No, I am the President Nigerian Booksellers Association of Nigeria and Chairman Nigerian Book Fair Trust. The Nigerian Book Fair Trust is a body made up by the printers, the publishers, booksellers, authors, librarians, and a few others. So you are one of the major stakeholders. Let me first say that you are very lucky. Printers, you are the luckiest among the stakeholders in the book industry. Why did I say that? You have the ministers listening here. We do booksellers, publishers, well, maybe authors. This is something that we are trying to get for long, which we don't. You have it. I want you to maximize this message. As chairman, Nigerian Book Fair Trust, when we were to hold the 2023 edition, just about a week to the time, somebody sent me a message, a printer sent me a message. While I was still ruminating over the message, the fellow called me, and we spoke for over 40 minutes, complaining about the problem among the printers, and telling me that the current, let me use this word, that the fellow that is the parading as president is not president. And as a stakeholder among the Nigerian Book Fair Trust, on our letter heading, on our documents, in fact, all the things we want to use for the book fair, we have already printed. And in fact, another fellow called me and they were threatening to go to court that they would stop what you are doing. And I was saying, what kind of wahala is this? So I want to appeal to our minister to please wade into this matter and ensure that it's resolved. Because if we have a wiggle on the finger, it affects all the body. Your problem is also affecting us. It's affecting publishers, booksellers, authors. So we are sharing from what is happening. Like somebody said, the Publishers Association also has a similar problem, but the that quickly came in, and the case was withdrawn from court. So please allow, it's give and take. Somebody must be, I don't know if I can say, somebody must have to surrender. No, let go. Maybe it's not proposing that I must be president, but we come together. And so when I came in, the first thing I asked, I think, where are the Lagos people? Because I expect that even though this Abuja is there, notwithstanding, I'm expecting that.
It's not Abuja, it's
I don't agree. Well, sorry, if I can come, I came probably because of this event. I was invited. If I know that Master Malama will not be here, Princess okay will not be here, I would have also stayed away. So I don't think, that's why I say I don't agree.
tell you 80% of our printers are also
So please, we have this is an ecosystem. We are all together. I would prefer
all of us, I'm sure the printer will prefer to print locally. In fact, by taking money away, it's capital flight. We are not helping the economy. I'm sure people are not happy going. We also need bottlenecks, clearing all these things. In fact, to transfer the money, it's also a help. So please, let's come together and government do what it's supposed to do by ensuring that our paper manufacturing doesn't work. Then all of us will laugh. Thank you.
Thank you very much. John, like the minister, I keep asking one or two of us is that please get me as many advices as possible how I can resolve this dispute without being seen taking any side. And that is why I'm asking to hear from you so that I can convey these messages, and I can assure you too, it's not just we are lucky to have a minister. For your information, for a privileged information, the president himself is interested in this matter. Not in the matter of dispute, but to make sure the Nigerian printers have their problems solved to the best of their own ability. Regard to paper, very soon there will be stakeholders meeting, there will be action by government of this present regime. And of course, we as printers are only part of the stakeholders, but we have to go there united. So I cherish these contributions. I wouldn't mind for more, because it's a heavy responsibility. I wanted to dodge this law. Honorable Minister, how do I represent you? Say you are capable. We know you for over 30 years, you must do it. And I expect a fair report. And that is it. So please, if you have more, assist me, help me. If there are more suggestions, advices, so that there won't be fight when we are there. There will be hope. There will be love in the air for unity of the Nigerian people. Any other?
Good afternoon, sir. My Royal Highness at the high table, please permit me to stand on the existing protocol, even though I'm not taller. My name is I'm Mr. Ichedi Sondegual, Director of Communication and Public Relations, National Bureau of Statistics. I didn't want to say anything before, but somebody mentioned something about statistics, and that is what you should do. You know, when you plan without data, you are planning to fail. So I was very happy with the gentleman that said that according to National Bureau of Statistics, and I'm encouraging everybody to use statistics in planning. That being said, the National Bureau of Statistics is saddled with the responsibility of generating quality data for users, government, researchers, and the rest of them. And in addition, we are the custodian of all official statistics in Nigeria, so that when you are looking for data, you don't need to face many angles, just come straight to National Bureau of Statistics to collect the data. That is why they say National Bureau of Statistics is the custodian of all official statistics in Nigeria, including population and housing data in the country. There's no dispute. The 2007 Statistics Act states that one clearly, that MBS is the custodian of all official statistics. And in generating this data, we collaborate with individuals, public, and private sector. What I want to say essentially now is that I hope people are aware that publishing and printing is a sector in GDP, that is gross domestic product, the value addition of all the goods and services produced in the country. And that printing and publishing is a sector like agriculture, oil, and the rest of them. And in generating this data, we need participants
that sector to administer our questionnaire. And if people are not united, we will not be able to generate this data for the country. That's why I'm pleading, even though I'm a statistician, a communicator, and a PR practitioner, I'm pleading with you that we should work for the country. The interest of the country is more than that of an individual. Let us come together, forget our differences, so that we can lift this country forward. Thank you.
Any other comment or suggestion?
By your right. Yes. No. Yes.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, here represented, and Chairman of the occasion. Royal Highness, thank you so much. I think there is some consensus that we need to have this unity. There is no how any printer will do better if this chaos is allowed to continue. It is those people who don't mean well that will end up benefiting from it. And for us, as the Nigerian Copyright Commission, mention has been made about the need for regulations. We don't want to start making regulations without consulting widely with stakeholders. Our approach is bottom up in making regulations. And we make regulations not because you want to catch people or you want to make life difficult. It's just to add value to the businesses that you are regulating. And one of such businesses is the printing, and then the other one is the publishing industry, as well as the marketing sector in the book chain. Now, we've discovered that it's a paradox. In the first place, publishers made a case why there should be no duty on books. Valid, because UNESCO convention says that you should not put duty on books and those learning materials. Because of that, because books are duty-free, it's now easier to send your manuscripts to printers outside. And they will have paper and ink and consumables at a cheaper rate. So they will print at a cheaper rate, and because it's duty-free, they bring them in. So normal business sense tells you it's better to just send your manuscript out and then bring in the books for free. Unfortunately, because books are duty-free, the pirates also find that it is easier to just follow the publishers. So as you are sending out your manuscripts, they are also sending their emails. But they're able to send emails because the printer there, the bad ones essentially, will contact them that we are printing for this publisher. Do you want some copies? So as your own containers are coming, the pirates also bringing in his own containers. And because it's duty free, they too want to use that window to bring in books. So what we're trying to do now, which like I said, we'll do from the early next year, we'll consult widely, is to try and regulate who even brings in books. Even though it's duty free, there should be a way to at least identify who is importing books. You can't take advantage of that duty free window if you are a pirate. If you are a printer, then you must explain why you are going to print outside. And I think it should also apply to a publisher. If you are a publisher, tell us why you are publishing outside, printing outside, and bringing them in.
So I think in trying to find solutions in the ecosystem, we must look at everything holistically and ensure that people don't take advantage of those privileges that government has provided to make businesses easy. Otherwise, you will see that in fact, some pirates don't even know anything about books. All they know is that, oh, that place is selling. Okay, I have money that I can commit, and I can put like 50 million down. Go and get 1 or 2 containers, or put 100 million down. And because of that ease of bringing these things in, it has become a problem for us. So I hope that when we are looking at the solutions holistically, we will also be able to chip in our own position, and yes, and hopefully we'll get this thing right. But please, it is good to unite and get better inflow for the majority of printers who mean well for Nigeria. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Mr. Copyright Commission. Just like I said, I hope by the time the ministry send for us, who appear there, I don't know how the ministry wants to do it. Is it a big printers conference? I am sure we'll be variously contacted by the ministry and for the people concerned. I think moderator, I think we are coming to the end. The last one, I've seen one hands up. Last. Yes, come over.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, sirs. Coming to stand on existing protocols. Listening to what you just said, sir, about how the printer outside the country will reach out to a pirate in the country to say, can publish it for so and so person, do you want some copies? I think it will be important as well to also see how we can engage with ambassadors of those nations to fish out, to deal with those problems there. We can't just deal with the problems locally and forget about the international ones. They will still continue. They'll find other means to, get around whatever policies you're trying to bring up. So I just wanted to point that out as an important thing to take home for all of us. Thank you.
I've done enough. Our royal father here, who is representing the high office, will soon be
Your last word. You are led. I say your last word.
So lastly, I want to thank every and each one of us for attending this interactive session. And I hope the message will take back to our colleagues. Let's be ready to unite. Let's put our differences apart. We're already losing so much. Because some ministries are writing to some minister and saying, look, who is the president, who is not. We don't want to honor any license. We have 2 presidents. So please, we're already losing. And honestly, the President Bola Tinubu have us in mind. If you know his history, you won't be surprised why he's interested in printers. And I can assure you, very, very soon, you'll hear what this government will bring out for printers. But I hope by then, we'll be one united, strong printing family. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Your Excellency, members of the High Table. This is where we come to the end of today's program. We are looking forward for tomorrow. Before then, it is my singular honor and privilege to request for group photograph. Firstly, we are going to start with the members of the High Table. This way, the photographer. You need to come down. So you can sit where you are. Can they get over this? Because it's the first one.
No. They can stay there so they can get the background.
Where the photographer?
Kiari, you won't give us a shot? I'm going to give my neighbor 10 commandments. Oh, okay. You want us seated?
Yes.
Are you okay like this?
It's okay.
Maybe you need to.
I'm okay. No, they will cover the banner. As they are seated, the next group is all the special guests of honor will join them from behind. Please, all the special guests of honor, please come forward. The ladies will be in the middle, please. Okay.
No, they cannot.
There's space here now. You should move.
Ladies. The next group after this is all the stakeholders, please.
I hope the state will not collapse.
Other stakeholders, please, come and join them. Other stakeholders, please. Are you not interested? Please be quick now because we have.
Who's with the mic down? It's okay.
Thank you very much. Yeah? I wish you a safe journey to your respective destination.
By the same time. There are some changes.